Okay, so we're going to create a specification for a tank. I'm acting as if I'm a buyer or a plant engineer, project engineer, production engineer at a manufacturing facility who needs to buy a tank. So we're going to call it test tank 7. You choose your diameter, and the vessel changes according to what the situation is there. You choose your material. I'll choose 5/16/70 coat plate. You can choose orientation, vertical or horizontal. We're going to choose vertical. I like legs for this situation. Choose your head type. We'll eventually be able to choose upper and lower. We're going to choose the same for right now. So we'll say it's ASME F and D. Choose your design conditions, 150, and then we got 300 here. And then we'll choose the condition. Now keep in mind, this is just enough information for a code shop to be able to put together a price. The code shop will actually do all the calculations that are required in order to be compliant. What most people don't know is that the code fabricators cannot use calculations from somebody that's not under contract with them. So if you pay for a consulting engineering firm to do this, then you're just wasting money, because the code fabricators, for liability purposes, cannot use any calculations for any design for pressure vessels that are not performed by an engineer that's under their control or under contract to them. So we'll add a few nozzles. We're going to add a steam in. We're going to put steam coils in this thing, steam inlet. We're going to choose 2-inch because I'm going to put 2-inch coils in it, and then we can choose our slip-ons. And you got the shell. You can change projection wherever you want. You can do the material you want for your materials. And you go ahead and we add the nozzles. We're going to say, okay, this is condensate outlet. 2-inch again. Choose just regular standard SA 105. We'll throw manway in there. With manway, I'm typing is horrible. Manway, you click the button here. You got to choose blind flange, tube turn, head cover, or you can choose hinge, loose, or davit arm. Typically, I've seen 20 inches. We'll go ahead and use davit arm on this one. Here's your 150-pound rating. Again, we'll change this to slip-on since that's kind of the standard for this particular operation. We want this vertical vessel to have a cage ladder on it. Platforms, we're going to have 2 platforms. We're going to have 3/4 coverage. And then we're going to have handrails, obviously, on the platforms as well. We're going to add the internal coil. It's going to be 2-inch pipe size. We want to have 14 turns to be kind of a tight coil. We can add an external jacket if we want, dimple jacket or half pipe coil. It's not going to show in the actual image. It just causes some problems with the rendering. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it off for now. And then you can choose your insulation. You can choose some insulation, all the standards that you might find in the industry. We can add other if you need to. We can choose our thickness. Defaults at 2 inches. Choose aluminum cover, stainless cover, carbon steel. You got stainless steel that covers the insulation beyond the heads and the shell. And then you get your paint and surface prep. So you can choose any one of these 3 right here. We can add some more if we need to in the future. You choose epoxy primer. We can choose our epoxy top coat. And then here's where you put any kind of marks or special requirements. So what you'll do is, and then once you grab this thing, you can actually grab it with your mouse. You can turn it. You can rotate it. You can kind of see what it looks like. We could put a nozzle one down in the center. Right now we aren't putting nozzles on locations. It just creates a nozzle schedule because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter where the nozzles are located for bidding purposes. All the calculations and all the detailed design will be done by the fabricator, so by you. So you can do top view. It shows that. Got the bottom view. It's a little bit weird, but we can rotate that to look a little bit different. We can click on the 3D view to get back to where we were. And then we submit the RFQ. And what it does is it goes actually to a dashboard. Here's the synopsis of it, kind of the brief of it, what has been done. There's the size of it, kind of overview. What happens, your RFQ has been submitted to your fabricator. So you give them, the fabricator gets a complete view of what needs to be done, all the information needed to be able to quote it. And there's obviously will be some communication if you need to. There'll be emails access in order if you have any other questions. So click that dashboard and the buyer will see all the RFQs they put together. They can click on one and they can get a brief overview of what exactly needs to be done. Now, because this is submitted for RFQ to the tank fabricator, I don't have an edit capability. We may add that in the future, but for right now, we're going to keep this simple till we get a bunch of people on board and we can get some more feedback from shops.